Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Dr. Azim.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome to our podcast. We call it podcast. So this is the conversation that we're gonna have regarding designing future, how AI reshaping global engineering and Asian innovation. Right. So the title that we're going to have today discussion is how AI is accelerating research, technology, product design, and development in globalized world. Right. I think before we proceed, we need to know a little bit about yourself. Dr. Azim, since you have very, very long achievements, I would say, so to help me to introduce yourself to the audience, let me just read through and you can add.
Sure.
I would like to introduce you as one of our successful alumni, right? Dr. Azim is actually our alumni from mechanical engineering program. He's currently global engineering leader with more than 23 years of experience in research, product development, technology development, and system design across Asia, United States, Europe, and also Japan, which very, very fit to what we are talking about today. And he's currently served in China as a deputy general manager, overseeing strategy, team development, and the translation of technology from lab to commercialization. Before joining as a deputy general manager in China, he's actually working as a Steelcase as director, product engineering, leading end-to-end product and technology program, lifecycle management, portfolio strategy. He also built and coached multi-site engineering teams across APAC, completed an expatriate assignment, which he gained a lot of experience in product and design in Michigan and supported building and operation across the region. But one thing that I want to highlight that really show the competency yourself as a product and design leader is basically you managed to get 20 international patents.
Alhamdulillah.
Right? Congratulations, that's really a feat to be celebrated.
Thank you.
And last but not least, from his experience and the idea that he wants to bring back to university, we have appointed Dr. Azim as our adjunct professor at the UTP, in which he can continue to mentor future engineers and researchers. Right?
That was really honor.
Well, welcome to our discussion today, and really looking forward to what you have to say about basically the imaging of how AI been embedded as part of our research development, and of course, doing the product to moving the product to the market. Okay, welcome.
Thank you very much. Anyway.
All right, let's start off with your personal journey. I've read through your profile and very, very impressive. But I would like to hear from you as a person, how your journey from after graduation and working life and managed to get 20 international patents. So that's, I think, the achievement that to be proud of. Please.
Thank you anyway. First of all, again, thank you for having me here. I think it was honored to be appointed as a professor adjunct because I think that before this, I was the industrial advisory panel for the program. Now UTP or mechanical department appointed me as a professor adjunct. It was really honored to me. The journey is really interesting because I was the second batch of UTP.
Oh, okay.
If you imagine UTP right now, it's like sky and earth, so much different. At that time, we don't have like this beautiful chancellery hall. We was in the small, and even we shared with USM at that time. So it was a true memorable time how we developed UTP. But what I want to talk, what you ask is more about after UTP life, right? Yeah. So it was a really amazing journey, at least for me, for myself, because at that or our generation, okay, maybe we are not much different age. Even I'm not younger.
Okay.
We have an opportunity actually to be living in the little bit, I call it ancient engineering time. Because when I started, when we want to design something, you do not have the computer aided much at that time. It was 23 years ago. We're still using the manual drawing, manual foundation. And I still cannot believe that we're still teaching that now using the 2D drawing in the university like 23 years ago, even though we are so advanced now, right?
And by the
So
way, it's still called engineering drawing the course. So we
we
might
discuss a lot about that.
so we might need to change that to something up to date.
More generative, right?
More
So that was the early stage where we started, and then I have an opportunity to be in Japan, joining one of the best bicycle component company, Shimano.
Oh, Shimano, okay.
So we learn in the very strong foundation hard way. And again, I want to mention Malaysia boleh because I was I was one Malay there, and then tried to design with all the Japanese like so brilliant. So that was a really a good experience for me. Learning culture of hardworking, learning culture of learning without any don't give up culture. Means that you have to do until you success. That was a really turning point for me. In order for you to success, you have to be that way. Because it's an opportunity also to be working in Japan at that time. At that time, Japan was the marvels of technology, right?
Yep, yep.
23 years ago. Then slowly we have all this technology come up, and then my journey with second company is still under Japan company, Sony. So I moved back and forth between Malaysia and Tokyo. Then I got opportunity to work with one of the best, we call it an office solution company in the world, Steelcase. So they are the company that providing the solution of the office. Actually, not only office, we call it the whenever work happen. So it could be in the third place, like in the cafe, even the education, even the healthcare. So we cover all the stuff where I mainly involved with the product development, where we're thinking about opportunity. So we learn from inside the problem until we develop the product. Now I'm joining one of the actually it's one of the biggest company in Asia, Sunon, doing the same, but it's more on the different high tech technology.
Okay. So looking at that, and then from 2022 until now, about 3 years, how do you see the difference? You know, the move. Let's focus first on the research side, right? So how do these tools, AI tool, help in doing research specifically for your field, office design, office furniture design?
Okay. Again, it's quite very interesting, right? When AI introduced, and as you mentioned that, actually, what we call it automation or intelligent system is already there for a while, right? But it's not reasoning or generative like what we have now.
Okay.
So when we're talking about the open AI, people still we are learning now, right? There's no end yet. Even we are not even there yet to utilize what they can do. But what interesting is that in the last 3 years, what I can see, AI is really I will not say that take over. Actually, AI is magnify our job. In more, to me, there is a pro and con, but in more in a good way.
Okay.
Let me give an example. When talking about the research, right? Of course, there's still a lot of debate between how AI can support research, even in terms of the ethical also. Right now, I think that's one of the problems that we have now in university also, how to make sure that it's ethic enough, not copy from AI, all those stuff. But if we're talking about the how AI can develop or can support or can transform the research, I can say that it's great, and it is something that magnify our capability in future, especially in the two areas. One is a time, the other one is a deep research.
Okay.
Because of I think that from the time point of view, the time, AI really help us in terms of the I don't want to say speed up because human can speed also, but in terms of the making more efficient.
Oh, okay.
It can be more efficient. What interesting, when I joined one of the top from Jensen Huang, I mean, you know, where the NVIDIA CEO or founder,
Yes, yes.
he always said that, don't afraid of AI. AI is never replace you, but it's supposed to make you efficient. And what we are thinking, AI should be able to make you efficient more than 50%. If you're not able to use AI more than 50%, it means that something not really right.
Okay. You know, this AI, of course, the positive side, you get very fast response, and you
Time
can
and also,
even go, you can go do a deep research, right?
Correct.
But you have this another problem, which is hallucination, right? It give you the same result. How and research is especially true, and it's especially a risk, right? If we give based on wrong assumption, wrong fundamentals, then the overall design will not be a good one. So how do you handle that? How do you, make sure you balance between faster generation of research with the risk of having the wrong result?
That's really interesting because it's still becoming a big argument or talking right now. But what I see is that when we want to use the AI, we have to make sure that we ourselves have to prepare. I think this is the time that we can really understand whether we are having a good fundamental or not. Because without the good fundamental, you cannot judge whether AI is correct or not.
Correct.
So,
Yes, okay.
so to me, with this AI, it creates a new skill set of the human where you have to be ready by now. It is two. One is a data literacy. So it means that you have to be really good in fundamental. You can ask, or I don't want to ask because AI should not be asked.
Yeah.
AI should be your partner. Means that it's like a co-researcher for you. So that's what AI is supposed to be. But in order for AI to be your co-researcher, you need to make sure that you have a data literacy. You know how to analyze the data. So that's a new fundamental. Actually, it's from fundamental.
Okay.
But how to make sure that you know how to balance that.
Okay. How do you think that universities should prepare our student or our future workforce in view of this, right? Because they have the tools, and I mean, whatever assignment that you give to them, they can just cut and paste and paste in the chatbot, you get the result, right? So, where do you see that we can still inculcate the importance of fundamentals?
That's a good question because to me, university have to go back to the core. So I think that the core of university is to provide the fundamental of understanding for the student as well as in the structured way. That's nothing can be replaced.
Right.
Even if you heard currently, even there's an interview to Elon Musk as well as I think Sam Altman. They said that in future, people that can survive, they have to have a knowledge of math and physics,
Okay.
right? Because people now pushing to coding everything, but AI can do coding. And because coding is a transaction also. I mean, of course, you have to be a creative thinker, but you have to go back to the fundamental, which is the math and physics, right? So to me, the point is university is make sure that have to provide the really a good fundamental student in a structured way. Because you can ask or you can work with AI in any sort of the situation, but you need to have a structured problem-solving method. That's what AI cannot do.
Okay.
In the structured and problem-solving method. That's what university should provide the student.
Just now we look at the research, right?
Yep.
Could you cite an example where in your work, perhaps a design of office furniture, can elaborate?
Sure, there's a lot of examples, but I think that I remember one thing when we started to design some of the new material to replace the aluminum or metal in our product that having to have a very high strength or mechanical properties. It used to take us more than 2 years just to study and to do the experiment of that material, tensile strength, and we have to calculate, not only calculate, because we have to prove that. I think recently with AI, where as a human we might have limited try to understand everything, right? And we try to ask the information also. There's so much we can ask the information, but I can break down in terms of that. First, AI really able to structure you to make sure that there's enough information for you from the previous or even to predict from the future a little bit based on the previous data.
Okay.
That really help you to prepare or thinking about whether it's feasible or not.
Okay.
Okay? Of course, everything feasible as long as within the boundary of the physics and math, right? Then when you want to design or making it reality from the research reality, what we done before is really about predictive ourselves. So again, when we do design something, no matter the previous one or recently, it's about predictive. Because when you design something new, you never know what is a new thing can be. Because that's all about predictive, right?
Yes.
You
How
do
it
the
can
best.
fail. how
Correct.
the design can fail.
Correct. But what we want to do is we should fail fast, learn, right?
Right.
And then when you learn, you can make things better. You see how many times good design fail in purpose, on purpose to make sure that we can learn more. So with AI, it reduces the numbers of iteration that we think that we should do.
Okay.
For example, when I do a new composite material that can bend more than it's supposed to be, with AI help, he give, it's not he, maybe it give. Is it very, very
I think we can actually choose. Do you want he or
interesting?
she?
Yeah, he or she, right? Or it.
It.
So it gives a prediction, or it helps you to say that, hey, you go this one, it become like this. You go like this. So again, it will not decide for you. That's why the AI limitation. You cannot, they cannot decide or judge for you. And interesting, some of the proposal from AI, they mention also about this is only a proposal. If you see at the bottom, it's only proposal. You still have to judge by your CAD, by FEA, everything. So again, it will not replace you anyway. But it helps you to give some prediction. What can you do in the different ways? But you have to decide, right? So that saves, to be honest, more than 30-40% of your time of product development.
Okay.
That is the second stage. When you have the research, then you go for design.
Correct.
Then you have to develop now. When you want to develop, you have to make from your design to become reality, either from manufacturing process or even from the tooling or the stuff. So this generative AI even can help you to understand all the supply chain material also, what's the best also, right? Because there's like now, 2-3 years ago, it's like a 80,000 type of material. How to choose that one? Even you are the most brilliant, it's difficult to go read one by one. So this can help you to give you at least 5 choices, for example. Then you can choose.
So you narrow down
your scope.
Okay.
It meant to help you, really help you to narrow down the option and narrow down the risk. I don't say that it will reduce your risk 100%. No, it will help to reduce the risk, help you to make an option for your judgment. I think that's really helped a lot.
Okay. That's kind of human ability, creativity. So how do you see that with AI? Do we increase our creativity, or it's just gonna be generic design? For example, our car, electric car. You see, one car is almost the same, right? You don't know whether this is BYD or Omoda, Cherry, and all almost similar kind of design. So perhaps because you're using AI, you're gonna have very generic. There's no more creativity that happen. Perhaps you can comment on that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. But I want to ask you a question again. So between improvise and innovate compared to invent, which one is the easiest?
Yeah, innovate is better. You already started, then you just innovate from there, improve from there.
Correct. So I think that one of the really a good fundamental that AI can help is help you to do more option for innovation and creativity.
Okay.
Because sometimes, this is true, if you heard a lot of good innovator, they will say that it's impossible to have a eureka moment. It's impossible. I mean, and you cannot wait until you have a eureka moment for you to design. You are design for the company. It's not like you waiting to think something, set up company, right? When you design for the company, there's expectation. Every year you have to come up with some idea. Right? And of course, that's the reason some of the, you see some of the success people sleep at the office, whatever, because of, then we get an idea. But what interesting is now is that you can choose either you want to start from zero or you can choose to start from somewhere. So this generative AI can help you to spark the idea. To me, it helps you to spark a lot of ideas. So for example, if I try to think of something, I just provoke some question or even something, even give the picture. They come up with something like, sometimes it's totally unreasonable or you can say like not feasible at all. But that is okay because it sparks you to think about how that can be improvised to make it feasible. Right? That's create another creativity from creativity. Right? So to me, innovation, like for example, you see the phone. Who first invented the phone? What is the shape of the phone at that time? Now you see how much the phone changed now. That's innovation, right? Creativity, continuous improvise the feature, the design for humans. So you can see very different.
Yeah. So what's your comment on how to expose our students to this prompt engineering or, I mean, to optimize the use of AI in future?
I think that's one of the skills that university can help the student. How to think to ask good question. How to think to have a better prompt engineering. Because you can see in global also, there's a different, of course, different culture, but different area also, you will see that some are really upfront, some are really back. And we know our own culture a little bit, we are so clever, otherwise we will not see our people success in overseas, right? But sometimes our culture a little bit reserved where they don't want to ask questions. I think that probably the new skill that we have to, or the university have to prepare. The student have to know how to balance and how to ask the correct question. Because as you said, in AI, you have a prompt engineering. And even before AI also, we use all these cat-aided system.
Yes,
People say that what you put, you get, right? So the same thing. So if you do not know how to manipulate AI or giving the correct prompt to AI, you will not get the good one. The same thing also. So I think that will be maybe another different skill set. How to learn to have a provocative thinking.
Oh, okay. What's next? Where do you see, the progress of AI is very, very fast. And, in China, you have a lot more AI that now is competing against OpenAI and also Copilot and Gemini. I mean, you've been in US, you've been in China. So how do you see that change, in, let's say, 5 years from now?
I think that to say that it's going to be scary, maybe it will be scary.
We're not talking about Terminator.
Maybe Skynet Terminator. When we were small, we cannot believe that, what is a Skynet? But now we see, that's a joke aside. That's interesting because I think that when we talk about the generative AI, and it start to able to really in deep reason what you are asking, right? I think in future the AI could be generated by themselves what they should thinking even to answer you in different way depend on you. I think so because they are so fast in learning. The more you input the data information, they will be able to generate a lot of the reasoning generative behind that. I think in 5 years, and you can see everywhere also, AI will become really everywhere, mainstream, not even for your efficiency of your job, but also in a lot of the equipment also, I think. Now, even when we design, we embedded AI into that. When we design in our machine also, we put AI in that. So less and less asking the human to do the transaction job. They will start to have AI to do that. But again, you have to do the data analytic, right?
Okay.
I think that's what is moving forward. And in fact, I'm still not sure whether this is a really 100% already there or not. But I think a lot of the factory, especially in a developed country like even the US or China, even the factory could be the full AI operated in future also. So yeah, that would be different for human.
How would you see AI, get into manufacturing plant or manufacturing line?
Yep, I think that what I thinking that AI will be using in the manufacturing line mainly in terms of how to collect the full data. For example, if you're running like product, you're running like every day like 10,000 or what, you have all this data, measurement data, you have all this data to make sure that your product is in the good quality. And then along the way, right now, we only rely on manual data or even the automate data. You only can segregate certain item whether it's good or not, or whether it can be used or not. But I think with AI, maybe they can even prepare or predict and how to improvise certain process,
Okay.
either by proposing, or maybe they can fit by themselves.
Oh. How do you see? I mean, you've been in China, right? And I mean, China. How do you see the AI being used in China? I mean, from your personal experience, since you are there, we are not. So let's your personal opinion.
Yeah, okay. To be honest, very interesting, especially in this era. Even in company that I'm working right now, they try to embed it every document or every system using AI. In fact, of course, we have still a communication barrier, but in our system, like we have our own system like Teams in China, they call it a Ding Ding or Ding Talk. It's like a Teams where you can
Oh, like MS Team,
like MS Team, but it's a China
version.
system, China version. It can do more than MS Team. To be honest, it can do more than MS Team. It can link to. You can cast your video everywhere. You can even now you can translate for someone. My colleague write in Chinese. You can translate in English immediately.
Oh,
Only to
real-time translation.
real-time translation,
Wow,
as well
okay.
as you can click also if you want to have summarize on what he's writing, and also if you want to propose something.
Oh,
Like you don't need to think anything. And then like our PLM system, we call it product lifecycle management. For example, we have like a more than 2,000 type of materials or system or quality issue. So this structured that they are embedded, because technically the company that I'm working in Hangzhou, and you know Hangzhou is famous of the AI and IT because Alibaba is there.
Oh, okay.
DeepSeek is from Hangzhou.
Okay.
DeepSeek.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of company in Hangzhou working with DeepSeek. So we are working with DeepSeek to organize the database, to organize the system of AI. So they try to move everything to be really efficient in AI. Of course, I didn't know the behind of the stuff because of the system run by the software engineers, all those stuff. But when they introduced to us, this is the new coming, this is new coming, everything looks like more efficient for the employee.
Okay. We as engineer, how do we should foresee AI? You know, how do we use as engineers? Should we, go into detail of how AI works or how to apply? So perhaps gives your some insights as engineer. How do I treat AI?
I will say like, how do you define engineer and researcher? How do you
Okay.
define that?
Engineer, you more on application, right?
So in this era, I think that whatever we call it, IT or coding or IT engineer, now they call it engineering information. Even there's a few university in China, there's no more electrical electronic. They write electrical information, where it's more on the information and this
Oh, okay.
AI other stuff. And another one, electrical power. Still like mechanical. Mechanical now they call it, some of the really niche, they put a mechanical automation. So there's no more one, because they're all integrated. I think UTP now try to make integration of
Yes.
the program also, which is good. I think that's why we have to be adaptive.
Okay.
Adaptive and also change. I see that in future, if AI becoming, or which is now already became, or not just became, coming soon, more and more. So engineers have to have at least a knowledge how to apply the AI.
Okay. They are focused more on application.
Focus on application.
Application. Right?
More focus on application.
How to
because
make your job easier with AI.
Correct, because if you want to make some new app, for example, if you want to make something like automate your Excel, for example, that coding can be done by AI already,
So,
right?
yeah. So I think one of the scary thing about AI is it will take your job, right? And for example, software coder is, I mean, the way I look at it is in trouble. Your people working in doing translation, they're out of job already. Editor of a magazine is going to be out of job, right? So do you think it's going to happen to engineer real soon?
I will not say it's out of job.
Uh,
It might have not doing the conservative job, might move to the new job, right? For example, like as you said just now, translator. Of course, AI can translate you like in the blink of eyes. Instead, you have to read one by one. But that translator can be the one who, for example, try to put the boundary for the AI what to translate. You think about that, how AI know that what to translate, where to stop?
The context.
The context. So the editor-in-chief in future for the whatever magazine in social media or the paper magazine, that can be a new role where to define the context. So he or she run social media with all this automation or the systemized by AI. Someone has to put the context on what he or the company have to do. Same like the engineers. If you want to make a design, someone can make a design, AI can make a design for me. What the AI want to make a design? If you're not define what you want to do, the parameter you want to do, the quality that your expectation, for the what user, for the what country. So there's a lot of things that you change your paradigm now, you change your job scope now, right? Same like the software. Some AI can do my software. Of course, they can do the coding like in the 5 minutes compared to you for 2 hours, for example, right? But who wants to give the context? Who wants to verify that? Who wants to make sure that it passed to the user in correct way? That's what the new skill set, I think this, he or she, the engineers or people can
So we know the situation is changing.
Yep.
With AI, with all the new tools. Now we have to adapt to make most out of it. Right?
Correct.
So rather than be scared of what AI is going to do to you, but you have to embrace, okay, AI is here, so how to make full use of it? How to make my job easier, right?
Same like last time. Like if you think about our great grandfather or ancient people, they use the job is hunting. Now you hunting anymore? It's out of a job, right? The hunting. But what do you do now? You use the new
use
system.
money and go and buy in the supermarket.
You become a farmer. No, you don't need to hunt anymore. You raise the animal chicken for your food. So it changed your job scope already, right? Last time, people do not know how to use the knife. Now you have a knife, even the machine can just cut the everything. So it helps you. But people that have a skill of cutting last time, you think that's not a job. But what they're doing now, they are improvised. So human, the good is God or Allah created humans in such a way that can be adaptive, very fast, very easy. I don't think we should scare. We should make sure that we leverage. At the end of the day, there's things that we create ourselves also, the system. So I think that's need to be improvised, and I'm pretty sure it's coming. Of course, we started with losing some of the conservative way of working, but there will be always a new things.
So adaptability is very important. Okay. I think one of the main concern of AI is regarding security and ethical, right, and intellectual properties, right? So perhaps you can comment on this. Very, very important. You want to stay competitive. You don't want your design to be exposed to the world, right? So how do you approach that?
Yeah, I think that will be another topic that we have to discuss in the bigger picture, like in the policy or even in our company, how to make sure that it's ethic, because especially on the research, especially among colleagues also, among department also, how to make sure that there's a limit of ethical, right? Because there's always a limit, or there's always a people that try to do different things. But to me, when you have things that open, like OpenAI, you should really able to accept a close competitor, right? You cannot say that, hey, this is only for me or for my company, and you not allow people to do it. I think it's impossible anymore in the global world. You are from here. People in US know already what you're doing.
Yes,
right? If you put online, people will know already. There's no boundary at all.
And they can do better.
They can do better. Some people, maybe that's why I said, improvise is much faster than innovate. Invent. So if you do something
to create,
when people see it, because human, that's the skill, right? All engineers, all innovators, all human can improvise easily when you see the first one. So you have to be accept to that level. But of course, I think that this is where the policy or the higher level have to think about how to protect some of the people knowledge. This is the thing that I think that is quite open now.
Yeah.
How to protect your
Still gray
knowledge,
area,
still
right?
gray area, because you can do a really a good research, a good thinking at this site. Whenever you try to publish, or whenever someone put somewhere, people can see that. When the people can see that, they can do maybe faster than you.
Better than you.
Better than you. And maybe introduce earlier than you.
Yeah.
You need to take another 6 months before complete the production, but they can do that in 2 days or 2 months because of the innovate from you.
Okay, all right.
There's still a area that I think that need to improvise.
Okay. If you were to give advice to your young self,
Okay.
that doing, taking mechanical engineering, which you have, that your son is in
Yeah.
UTP.
Yep.
What advice do you give? And he wants to become design engineer as his dad.
Okay. I think that I will be I give simple 3 things. I think it's the same thing that I taught to my young engineers in the company. I think first is you have to be really open-minded and adaptive.
Okay.
You cannot change, you cannot hold anything coming, especially in technology, it's very fast. So you have to be open-minded and adaptive. First thing. I think second is you have to really go back to the fundamental.
Okay.
You have to be strong in the fundamental, regardless what. You have to know, because we're talking about the AI, it will improvise your job, efficient your job, but the fundamental is the one that differentiate you and others when you use the AI. Okay? And third is you have to be really make sure that you know your ikigai or your purpose. Purpose. So for example, if you want to make sure that you know what is the purpose of using that. Some people just using the trend. So I think that between the open mind, able to absorb the what's coming changes, adaptability, and then coming back to the fundamental, has to be a fundamental, and of course you have to know the reason behind that.
Okay, all right. And perhaps from engineering, we need to really know
Yes.
how to ask the right question so you get the right answer.
Correct. So that's a part. Yeah, that's right. That's a part of go back to the fundamental. You have to know what is the fundamental to ask the question. Yeah, prompt engineering. I think it's very critical. Yes.
Yes, yes.
You're right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think, thank you. I cannot appreciate enough your time to be here and share your thoughts on what our topic today.
Welcome.
A lot of insights, and hopefully we get something, and some of it perhaps we can embed as part of our curriculum to make our students or our graduates much better prepared for the future with, in becoming of AI, using AI as part of their daily job. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Welcome. Thank you very much.